Greetings, mortals. Jared Petty here for IGN. I'm joined by
Frank Knight.
And Frank, what are we looking at here?
So this is the video that was tweeted out by both the StarWars.com Twitter account and, of course, J.J. Abrams' Twitter account, the director of the new Star Wars movie. And this is the Millennium Falcon from Episode 7. Looks
That's
like
right.
our first official look. We've seen some leaked stuff. We've seen the set builds. We've seen some stuff from the Skylines, and we see the Millennium Falcon, and then we see dun dun dun.
The Batmobile on the Millennium Falcon. That's right. And why are we getting the Batmobile on the Millennium Falcon here, Frank?
So this is a long-running kind of little Twitter war between J.J. Abrams, the director of the new Star Wars movie, and Zack Snyder, the director of the upcoming Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Batman v Superman. Don't call it versus.
No, it's
Batman
V because it's a legal case.
Yeah, is that what it is? Is it about that?
I think they're making a pun because it's Dawn of Justice,
Okay.
the justice system, and in court cases it's blank v blank.
So we're running back and forth. And this is a short little clip, but this is the first official look. Now, we've seen the sucker from the air, thanks to a pilot who flew over.
Those wonderful aerial shots of it.
There have been some leaked pictures of it, but now we're going to see the Falcon in all its majesty. And, of course, people were a little bit worried about what we might get or might not with the Millennium Falcon. Well, first off, folks, we got grunge.
Yeah, it's dirty, it's weathered, as they said in the StarWars.com tweet, and then, of course, in the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope.
Yep.
It's a hunk of junk.
That's right, and that's what Abrams called the video, as hunk of junk. Yeah, I remember Luke Skywalker's admonition about how junky the thing looked, people constantly deriding the aesthetic of the Millennium Falcon, but she is, in fact, a diamond in the rough. As Han Solo reminds us, she can make the Kessel Run in less than how many parsecs?
12 parsecs.
That's right. What does that mean? That means fast in Star Wars talk. Now, so here's the Millennium Falcon. We're coming in from the starboard side here. Right there on the left, you can make out one of the docking interfaces on the starboard. And at the top right of your screen, you see the bulge where we head into the cockpit and bridge area. We're coming up underneath that and then moving underneath the starboard blade here. And I'm so sad because right out of view here is the slot where the repeating blaster that was used in Empire Strikes Back during the escape would pop out. We're not seeing the Millennium Falcon armed with 2 quad laser cannons, concussion missile tubes, and a hidden retractable anti-infantry blaster right there. I was really hoping we'd get a peek at the slot, but it's not unfortunately visible here. What else are you noticing as we head up the Falcon here, Frank?
Well, we're noticing that my favorite thing is right here as we get kind of closer, we're going to see that they've nice and hidden the tumbler from Batman as a little greebly. And a lot of people are like, oh, hey, it's just going to be fun. It's just a little joke for this. But I would not be surprised with how well this tumbler is paint matched and stuck on there, that's probably going to be in the film version. Right. The tumbler is now officially a greebly, greebly, of course, being like a 501st term for any of the tiny little odds and ends, model kits and stuff that are glued onto Star Wars props to make them look more textured and more real. And I love how they slid that tumbler in there right there.
A little bit of universe integration there. The tumbler, of course, being the Batman Begins / Dark Knight Rises /
the Nolan Batmobile, if you will.
Exactly.
The Batmobile of the Nolanverse.
What about looking back here and panning out from this legendary spacecraft? The Millennium Falcon is practically a character in Star Wars. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I don't know how much we want to talk on a lot of the rumors and the speculation of what's going to happen in Episode 7, but it seems like it's an integral piece of the plot. It sounds like we're going to have a little bit of a traveling movie, and there's going to be a lot of time where Han Solo and our new cast of characters that we're getting to know are on the Millennium Falcon, similar to in A New Hope, where we have kind of a lot of our kind of meeting Luke really happens on the Falcon when he's trading with Ben.
Or in Empire, where a lot of the chase goes on the Falcon. We're constantly back and forth to Han, Leia, 3PO, and Chewbacca there on the Falcon. Talking about the Millennium Falcon, we talked very little about the details of it. Of course, it's a modified Corellian YT-1300 freighter designed by Corellian Engineering. It's the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy.
Heavily modified, adjusted for spice running. Of course, we all know Han Solo was a smuggler before he, joined the rebellion. There's tons of nice little cargo spots hidden for smuggling spice initially, but of course we know they were used to smuggle the crew in the first
Yep.
film.
And unfortunately, again, other than where we see the blister begin for the cockpit and that interface port there on one side, we're not going to see a lot of the iconic details of the Falcon here. We have the maintenance hatches underneath, and that's about it. So none of the weaponry, none of the famous engine structure. Can't see whether or not the dish that was snapped off in Jedi is back, things like that. But one of the great science fiction / space opera icons of all time here in the Millennium Falcon, and it is finally officially confirmed in the cutest, coolest way possible. Very happy about it. Frank, you got anything else you want to talk about? I mean, we could sit here and recite Falcon stats all day.
Absolutely, we could go back and forth. But I'm super excited to see like official confirmation. The nice, beautiful physical thing exists, and it's just shows how amazing they're going to be able to shoot this thing because it's a full-size replica prop.
A giant practical effect. Let us know what you think of the Millennium Falcon. What's your favorite Star Wars ship? Is it one of the myriad starfighters? Is it the Millennium Falcon? It's one of the capital ships? Let us know. And for all things Millennium Falcon style oriented, Star Wars Episode 7, Star Wars Episodes 4, 5, and 6, and if you're really into that 1, 2, and 3,
They have some kind of cool lightsaber fights.
Yeah, they do have good lightsaber fights sometimes. Keep it locked to your friends here at IGN.